I've been in love with horses ever since I was a little girl. When I was growing up, I had really bad anxiety and didn't have a lot of friends. I was afraid of all kinds of things, nothing that made sense, and would send me into a panic. There was only one thing that would make me feel better back then. I'd get on a horse and all of my fears would slip away. It really didn't make a whole lot of sense because I had all these fears, yet not of this horse, not this animal that I had grown to just care so much about and the bond that I had with the horse. What I found out and learned was that just riding was different than learning to have this special bond with this horse. And that special bond is what set me free. The beautiful thing about horses and the connection is that they don't judge. They don't care who you are, what you look like. They just care about how you feel. They understand these special children here, and they develop a special bond. And they communicate through feel and touch and their feelings. Everyone deserves to have a special bond like that, and I wanted this to be a special place that everybody could experience that. I wanted to share it with the kids that need it the most.
I've loved horses since I was little, honestly, as far back as I can remember. I was first introduced to horses at my great-grandma's. Her neighborhood that she lived in had a lot of horse properties, and that's kind of where I truly fell in love with horses. I absolutely loved the Breyer horse toys. My favorite movie, even up to this day, is DreamWorks Spirit. When I was little, I saw these horses, I saw how amazing they were, and I wanted to get on one. I wanted to have a connection with one, and so my mom just said, okay, let's, find a place. The challenge came when she started looking into the individual places. They either made me wear a helmet, which is too heavy for my head, or they just simply refused me because I was just so delicate. Then finally, through some family friends, we found Cindy and the very, very, very start of Tara's Chance. I was about 4 when I first came down to ride. I was really wobbly. I couldn't really sit up on my own, but I wasn't really afraid because, I knew I loved these creatures. The first horse I rode was Bo, and then for a short time I went on to Pickles, and then I went to Maggie. Maggie was actually the first official therapy horse at Tara's Chance. Maggie is a really special horse. She is tame like all the other therapy horses, but she's kind of a grump. She doesn't really like people getting in her face, but she's always let me, stroke her nose and cuddle her, and it's really special how I'm able to, be affectionate with her when basically no other people can. Over the years, Maggie just became such a good friend. And, she's always there. She's so important to me. Horses don't judge like some people do. They don't look at your outside, they look at your inside. She doesn't see, anything about like my appearance or like my wheelchair or anything. She just sees me, and I'm just like anyone else. Riding Maggie makes me feel free. I'm not able to walk or really be active on my own, but riding on her and riding on a horse, it feels like walking, it feels like freedom. It's just amazing. Riding has helped my health overall in a way that really no other therapy program could. Right now, Maggie is in her 30s, so she's in her golden years, and she is going into her rightful retirement. It's sad, honestly, because I won't get to ride her anymore, but I still see her every week. Every time I see her, it just puts a smile on my face, and honestly, I'm glad she gets to rest, and I'm glad she gets to be spoiled just like she deserves. Maggie has given me so much. She's given me strength, she's given me a sense of freedom, and she's given me memories I'll never forget.
Maggie, a Fjord pony. She is very steady, and she's very sweet with me, and whenever I take the reins, she'll always go where I tell her to.
Maggie is way more than just a horse. Maggie, she's a best friend. She's given me so much. She's just become kind of like part of me, part of my identity. She's helped build the person I am today. She's just my best friend.
The connections that all of the riders make here with these horses is unique to each individual depending on what is going on in their life. We have kids that struggle with autism, and it's really hard for these kids to make friends. So this is a place they can come and really feel that connection with somebody else. We have riders that are nonverbal, and now they have somebody else that can't speak, and they form this special bond and connection because of this. We partner with organizations with adults that have PTSD or anxiety and depression. And the connections that they make with these horses do amazing things for them also. That connection is happening here with 100 riders every single week. I've had that connection. Bella has experienced that connection. Hundreds of our riders have experienced that. And it's only made possible by all the community support to keep Tara's Chance going. But we have 100 more riders on the wait list that are waiting to meet their best friend. The experiences and the bonds that these riders have with these horses is incredible. It really opens up a whole new world for each and every one of them.